think just after seeing that car accident, which was kind of threw me off, and now I'm even afraid just to get in my car. I'm certainly terrified to get in a car with somebody else. And I mean, I drive to work because I have to, and it's not too far from my house, but it is a very stressful experience for me just to drive to
just
work.
very uncomfortable, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And congratulations on going, because I'm sure a lot of folks would not. It would be so stressful.
I did call in and decide not to go to work today. I knew I was going to come here, and I didn't think I could drive there and drive here.
I know that takes a lot of strength, and I certainly do hear how that's affected you and how difficult that is to get in the car after witnessing an accident.
It is. And, you know, I don't get to see my friends as often. You know, if they're going to come see me, that's fine, but I'm definitely not going to get in the car and go see them. And, you know, I don't know, I'm sure that they think that's pretty pathetic. I mean, I wasn't even in the car accident. I just saw it, but I'm so affected by it. It seems like I should be over that by now, but I'm not.
Yeah, so it's affecting your how you're interacting with folks, and it's affecting kind of your beliefs about yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've always considered myself a pretty strong person, and you know, a person who could deal with things in life, and I think I've done a pretty good job up until now. But this is just something that, for some reason, I just have this fear now that I'm going to die in a car accident, and even just getting into a car, I mean, my heart rate starts racing, and my hands start sweating, and I feel like I can't breathe, and I don't have any control over it, and it's just like, how is it that I don't have control over this? I mean,
Okay. So if I can summarize a little bit, is you know, you've talked a lot about the anxiety you're feeling after witnessing the car accident, and just feeling very unsure about yourself now, a lack of self-confidence that you once had. And that this is causing you to have thoughts about yourself, like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? There was a lot of shoulds coming up.
I mean, I really think that I should be able to get on with my life.
Yeah. And so there's probably an underlying, what's wrong with me?
Yes.
There is something wrong with me or something.
Clearly. That's how I feel. Yes.
So you've got that, and it's affecting the fact that you don't want to be driving.
No.
You don't want to ride in a car with others. Fantastic that you made it here, that you're still getting to work. I realize you called in sick today, but you made it here, so you've obviously got a lot of strength, and we want to play on that.
Thank you.
Because I know how hard that is, particularly when you're talking about the symptoms of the racing heart and the cold, clammy hands and all that stuff that comes along. I've been jotting some notes and stuff, and it seems like that's, does that seem like we've captured this? If we need to change this or whatever, because I am going to give you a copy at the end of the session, but just let me know, and even if you're at home and you're like, no, I need to talk more about this, absolutely. But I do kind of want to have something to where we can actually see something.
Okay. Well, one thing that's not on there is that my family live a couple hours away, and I normally drive. I can't catch a flight, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to go home for the holidays, and it's not like I can really tell I'm afraid to drive. And that's kind of the big reason.
Oh, absolutely, definitely.
I need to work on this.
Okay. If we seem to kind of understand the issues, one thing that can be helpful for folks is if I can just get some idea of where you'd like to be, where you'd like to see kind of the end of counseling for you.
Yeah.
And so if you could kind of imagine maybe 3 months down the road, and it might be shorter than that, but 3 months down the road and you're feeling much better, more self-assured. What would you like to be feeling, thinking,
I think I would like to have some control over my reactions and feel more confident in my ability to get through this, and feel more comfortable driving, and that I'd be able to go and see friends and not be so paralyzed by this fear. I think I would just feel better about myself, and I would feel like, I'm still a strong person. I can handle this.
Okay. Okay. So feeling much more confident,
Yeah.
much more comfortable, and just doing the everyday things that you were used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with this confidence and so forth, you'd be saying to yourself, hey, I am strong.
Yeah.
I can overcome traumatic events such as this that affect a lot of
Yes.
folks.
Yeah.
That I can handle this, I can work through it, and
Yes.
and then that's going to affect how you behave. You're going to be able to get out and ride with friends. And then clearly a big thing is being able to get to your parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, because that is coming up in a couple of months.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Does this seem like we've got the confidence, I can handle it,
Yeah.
getting to the friends, and then maybe there might still be some physiological reactions, but maybe not quite as severe.
Just something more manageable.
More manageable, not as bothersome.
Yeah, not something that just kind of takes over.
Okay. So it seems like we've kind of got an idea of the issues, and then also where you want to be,
Yeah.
and where we'll kind of have a benchmark for where we know when counseling's being effective or effective for you. I'm wondering, between now and next session, as you look at kind of your goals, what you're experiencing now and your goals, what might be a small step that you could take between now and next session that would help you towards these goals?
I don't know. I know that ultimately, in a few months, I'm going to need to drive home. And right now, all I'm doing is driving to work, so I guess I could maybe try to drive to a friend's house, or I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And we certainly definitely want to keep that that end goal in mind. That's not the end goal, but the goal of getting to your parents' house. It seems like from what you've been telling me so far, it's just that the symptoms are so uncomfortable for you that to drive even further than to a friend's house would be maybe a stretch at this time. But I don't want to.
I don't feel like I'm ready to do, not between now and next week. I don't feel
Okay.
like, I could, honestly, I don't know that I would do that.
Okay. Okay. But I appreciate your willingness to. I can tell you're motivated. I can tell you want to feel better. So I appreciate that. What might be helpful then is maybe look at some coping mechanisms, something that you could practice.
Yes.
And there are some breathing techniques and some maybe mindfulness-based techniques, very simple, that I could teach you, and that if you'd be willing to try those every day for the next over the course of the next week, and we're talking about something that's probably going to take less than 10 minutes a day.
Is this something that's going to help with those, like that feeling when I get in the car?
What we're wanting, you're having a fear response, and a very natural fear response to what you experience, and what we're wanting to do is to counter that with a relaxation
Yeah.
response, and get you kind of build your relaxation muscle.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that's going to work beautifully, but the more you practice, the easier it'll become.
Yes. To me, that seems a lot more doable. Just because I think I need to be able to just relax and just get a little bit more comfortable driving before I can
Yeah.
drive further. So
Okay.
that's something I'd be willing to work on.